Welcome, one and all, to the inaugural episode of the Comic Multiverse, where the worlds of nerd meet. Same great flavor, different name, same bloody, sweaty host. Of course, I am your host, Cape Joel, which I'm sure you already know because you're watching this show on the Cape Joel channel. But oh, what's this? In the wings, someone, someone, is it someone from Thunderdome? I think it might be. It's.
It's Matt.
Hmm. Holy shit, man, it's been 2 weeks since we did this.
Feels like 2 years.
I know, right? Just friggin', I swear to God, sometimes working online with people, it's like you're goddamn married or something, or you're having a long distance relationship with them, because if you don't talk to them for like a day or so, it's like, boo.
Yeah, it's really weird. It is really weird.
Yeah, I mean, we got so much, excuse me, we got so much freaking, uh, fan outreach and everything, and everyone trying to talk to us and be like, when's Blood Sweat Comics coming back? When are you guys doing that show again? And I tried to keep it a secret. I tried to not really spoil it. I'm just like, well, if you keep your eyes peeled to my channel in the next, like week or so, you might find something to fill the void. Oh, you just might. I guess it really goes to show how much, we were loved, and people did make us part of their lives, and we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great to see on like Twitter every other comment on mine was like, "When's Blood Sweat Comics coming back? When are you guys coming back?" I just reply with like, "Maybe,
Hmm.
wait and see, maybe."
Now I will say, because this is a new show on new site real estate and everything. Obviously I don't have access to like an iTunes or like a SoundCloud or anything yet. But should this keep being popular, and I hope to God it will be, I guess I can get like a Bandcamp or something. Bandcamp is free, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't even know what Bandcamp is.
Yeah,
I don't use that sort of stuff.
it's a place. If you're a musician, you can put your music up on Bandcamp and people can download it.
Okay then.
I would say, if you're one of those people, and I know this will come up, who want a mobile version of this show, who want to be able to carry it around with them, just go to keepvid.com and just download yourself an MP3 of the show. You have my permission.
Yeah, or like YouTube to MP3 or whatever.
Yeah, you have my permission to do that. And in fact, we're going to try and keep it an hour so we won't, eat up too much of your tape and everything. I guess, too, moving forward, again, this is a new show, the Comic Multiverse. And because of it, I figured we can cover a myriad of different comic book and superhero topics. And, we can cover stuff that might not even be considered in our purview. The chains are off now, man. We can do whatever we want. No one can stop us.
Yeah, all bets are off. Just
Mm.
start doing anything you want.
Dude, it's new territory, man. It's fucked up. We don't even know what we're doing. We're working without a net.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. We will literally do it live, and then we'll record it and put it up when it's not live. God, I missed this, man. But you know what we shouldn't do?
What?
We shouldn't react to anything while we're doing this, apparently, because
I
that.
I was gonna say something. I was waiting for you to maybe say something. I was gonna say, oh, maybe that'll date this show, but maybe it's a good thing that it'll date this show.
I think it is too. So yeah, for those who weren't paying attention, the Fine Brothers, who do the Elders React, Children React series, they shot themselves in the foot something terrible this week when they said, "Oh yeah, we're starting this new thing called React World, and if you want to make reactions, you just got to give us a percentage."
Yeah, it's insane. They tried to trademark the word react, and then they said like, oh no, we don't like take down any people's video who have the word react or like teens react in their title, yet there's all these people that claim they have, and it's just this big insane PR thing.
This is Schadenfreude. This is the definition of the German word Schadenfreude, is what this is. For the backlash has been so terrible to these dudes, they have actually lost more subscribers in the last like 2 days.
They've almost I Someone said to me, and I didn't check this, but it's probably true. They were losing about 1,000 or 1,500 subscribers an hour.
That's true. Actually, you can go to live sub counts, which is an actual thing, and you can watch their sub count dwindle. It's amazing.
That's just insane to think. Like 1,500 subs in an hour gone. That's just insane.
Do you know what I would give to get 1,500 subs in an hour? It's crazy
Uh,
too, because it's like, one way to be totally late to this thing, way to be totally late to try and trademark React, where it's like you should have done this like years ago, even though technically reactions have existed long before this. I mean, freaking Beavis and Butthead used to react to goddamn music videos on MTV back in the 90s.
Yeah, they existed long before the internet was like a mainstream thing.
Hmm. And it's great too because they tried to backpedal from. They had another video where it's like, no, 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 everyone, you misunderstood us, and they ended up being really dismissive and really condescending. We're like, we're sorry, we confused you, you dummies. Let us explain it again. And I'm like, just keep digging that hole deeper. Not so fine, brothers.
Yeah, yeah, it's been insane.
Everything's not fine for them. It's quite the opposite of fine. It's not every day you see something like this where it's like, man, your entire reaction empire took you 5 years to build and 5 minutes to totally fuck.
It just goes to show, man, like you put all that work into it and just one piece is wrong. It can bring the whole thing down.
It is amazing. Like again, like this is the internet personified there where it's like before everybody liked you and now it's torches and pitchforks and fuck those guys. It's kind of amazing. So, into some more comic book related news. There, I have some topics here. Some are old, some are new. I figure Matt and I had a lot to catch up on, so we might as well pick out some choice ones. And one of the choice ones I had to start was Steve Rogers will become back in the saddle as Captain America very soon, and he has a new costume as well.
Yeah, this was revealed in that Captain America 75th anniversary documentary.
Yep, yep.
And
And I mean,
you got to
er,
is it was a given he was coming back,
yeah, I mean, was there any doubt about it? The interesting thing is that the book will now be called Steve Rogers Captain America, which of course means that Sam Wilson Captain America isn't going anywhere. So by the looks of it, we're going to have two Captain America books now.
Yeah, well, one will go like to one. They'll split America in half. Like one will take 25 states, the other one 25 states, and like Bucky can have like Alaska.
Look, I'll be Captain America of the blue states, you be Captain America of the red states, but I don't want the red states. Well, Sam, you see, most states are actually purple when you break it down, but whatever.
Maybe this is how Civil War starts.
Ah, wouldn't that be fun? No, no. Well, Captain America hasn't even been mentioned in the Civil War. It's friggin' Captain Marvel and Iron Man who are going to be fighting.
Yeah,
Although it would be interesting to see two Captain Americas on two different sides.
it would be. It would be. It'd be quite interesting.
Because Sam clearly seems to be backing Captain Marvel and is on her team. Wouldn't it be funny if Steve ended up being on Tony's team?
That would be pretty crazy.
So they can have a fight in the streets. This is a fight for America. For the fate of it. Fight me, bosom chum. His new costume is all right. Again, it's red, white, and blue, only with more blacks in it now.
Yeah, and he's got like an old school shield that has like this part that comes off at the bottom.
Yeah, it's not
Looks really
circular
cool.
anymore. Now, it's funny too. You mentioned Bucky half jokingly, but in one of the solicitations for Sam Wilson Captain America #9, he's teaming up with Steve Rogers with Bucky, and Bucky is wearing his old Captain America costume.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I guess in all new, all different Marvel, everybody gets to be Captain America.
Are we gonna have like the Captain America corpse,
Oh,
like the Carol corpse?
see, you freaking joke, but in the Hawkeye book, they took like a glimpse at the future, like 30 years in the future, when Kate Bishop has
Yeah,
become
that's right.
full.
That's right. There's like a Captain America unity sort of thing
Well,
happening.
there's America Chavez, who is Miss America, who's on the Ultimates right now. Apparently, in that 30-year future, she became Captain America, Captain America Chavez. And her costume was pretty cool, too. I'm like, man, I would kind of read a book about Captain America Chavez in the future. But yeah, so there's your Captain America news. I mean, again, it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to come back, and it's perfect timing too to line up for his movie. What I think is cool though is they're not just ditching Sam's book.
Yeah, they're gonna keep him around for a while, I think, because I think a lot of people like him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like him too, and I think a lot of people dig what Nick Spencer is doing with him. I have to say, I'm a bad Nick Spencer fan because I haven't been reading Sam Wilson Captain America just because I missed so many runs leading up to this, and I'm a completionist where I'm like, no, I got to read the previous run before I can read this.
Yeah.
That was my thing with Daredevil for the longest time. So yeah, if you notice the energies are a little different in the room right now, that's because for some stupid fucking reason I decided to flip around the way we normally do shows, and that is I record it really late at night and Matt records it really late in the morning or really early in the morning because that's the Canadian Australian time difference. But today, for some reason, I'm like, hey, let's switch it around, Matt. New show. Maybe we should, record it a little differently. It'll be early in the morning for me, and it'll be late at night for you. So I
uh,
still stayed up late as I usually do. I was, believe it or not, what I was freaking doing. Just apropos of nothing. I'm like, hey, did those last two episodes of Hellsing Ultimate ever get dubbed? Turns out they did.
no,
So,
they didn't. They
uh,
didn't, did they?
they did. Yeah, they did. I watched
Oh,
those last
really?
night.
They
Yeah,
actually finally did it?
14 years it took to finish that show.
God damn.
14 freaking years. And there's a channel on YouTube which was nice enough to actually upload the versions with commentary too, so you can actually sit there and listen to Yuri Lowenthal and listen to Crispin Freeman bitch about all the time in between. Apparently, too, that show almost didn't get made by the company that made it because they fought with the Japanese people over the pronunciation of Alucard.
Really?
Because the Japanese don't really have a word for L, so they called it Arucard.
That's slightly racist, but
But
yeah, I know what. He...
th- again, because they don't have the letter in their alphabet, and they're
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, it's Arucard. And the American guys are like, no, it's Dracula spelled backwards. And they're like, hey, we'll take it all the way up to the manga's author if you want. And they're like, yeah, I think we should do that. I'm like, oh, we can't bother the manga's author. He's busy writing manga right now. And he literally faxed them back and said, yes, it's Dracula backwards. I just thought
Did
that
they
was
then commit seppuku?
they then committed Sabuku out of shame. Actually, apparently, like the Helsing guy, like before he started doing like regular manga, he did like just straight up porn, like he did like just straight up hentai.
Would not surprise me.
I mean, dude, have you seen Helsing Ultimate? It's a fucking awesome show, but it's also sleazy as all get out,
Yep, yep.
and that's why it's great. Yep, that's right, everyone. The comic multiverse brings together the worlds of all nerds. That is the internet, comic books, and yes, even a little manga talk. But not wrestling. I'm sure if I mention wrestling, Matt's eyes will glaze over.
Yeah, yeah, they will.
what,
They
what,
will.
what was it? It was the Royal Rumble a couple nights ago, and we were all talking about it, and you were just like, hey, insert wrestling tweet here.
Yeah, I was like, everyone's talking about wrestling, and I'm just sitting here waiting for the X Files.
Hey guys, AJ Styles, he seems like a cool guy. You all seem to be losing your shit about him. I hope it lives up to all your expectations. What not might live up to expectations, though I'm sure you've seen this around. DC Rebirth
Mm.
is the new thing that they're bandying around for everyone. We saw the image. It's a curtain. It's a curtain with DC Rebirth written on it, and so far we don't know what it means. But we have some
I,
theories.
I, I just I just think they realize that they've used the word crisis, like 20 billion times. So I think, what's a new word we can have that sort of explains we're going to reboot but not reboot? Oh, rebirth.
Rebirth, yeah, that sounds about right. Well, it's funny. They had Rebirth, and then literally at Marvel, like the same week, they have Dead No More. Because it's kind of like, man, are you guys cheating off each other's papers or something? Where it's like, what's another word for rebirth? Dead No More. But yeah, Rebirth. I mean, I think even back on Blood Sweat Comics, we kicked around the idea that it's like, okay, so new number ones is what it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. We said they were going to change some books to bi-weekly and weekly, and then like relaunch like bunch of books at number one again, like retitling them and everything. So
Basically, hey, let's try and make back some of the money the DCU lost us.
yeah, my guess is it's going to be like all the main books are going to be like after issue 50 or something. They're going to
Yeah.
go back to number one. So like when like Batman is back, when Superman has his powers and costume back, when Wonder Woman's not, being ridden so shittily, stuff like that.
When Wonder Woman's doing whatever. Just yeah, friggin' man, why can't comics make it to 100 issues anymore?
Why can't they make it to like 900 issues anymore?
I mean, like, it's so sad. Like, before they rebooted everything, what was it like? Action and Detective Comics were so close to hitting 1,000.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were like 100 away, and then they like, nope, cancelled.
You know what that is? Because it's like, well, that's too old at that point. At that point, you're basically a grandpa comic. No one wants to read a grandpa comic if you're past 50 issues.
Yeah, my guess is that they like rebooting every what 5 or so years because that's when like people start graduating into high school
I
and starting
guess.
to get into comics and stuff like that. So like, oh, well, these new people are coming into high school, so let's like give them comics to read
W-
and let's
would
make it a number one so they think they can just jump straight in.
wouldn't it be better just write good stories so people want to stick with it and have clearly defined jumping on points?
Nah,
Like
nah.
if I wrote it, I would have a thing on like the on the like on the cover for a new series, be like, yes, you can start in here. Yes, this is new reader friendly.
That'd be a good idea to have like a little stamp or something.
Yeah, I think I'm
So like like first time reader friendly or something.
yeah, I think I'm co-opting someone else's idea here, but I think they were saying, we need to have a symbol system for comics in the same way they have for like a ski slope. Like, okay, this is a Black Diamond comic, so you better know your continuity going into, but this is a Bunny Slope comic, so you can read this and not have to know anything.
Exactly. It makes like so much stuff so much easier, and like people wouldn't be asking where to start and where to begin and stuff like that, where they could just go, oh, we'll start here because these comics are all, green ticks or something.
Yeah, like if you could break it down to like a freaking like symbol system that everyone could get and make it universal. Man, how many freaking Black Diamonds would you need for a Grant Morrison comic? I think a Grant Morrison comic would just be a bunch of skull and crossbones where it's like, look, even if you know, you still might not get this.
Yeah, every Green Lantern comic is like Black Diamond comic, even though if oh, but this says number one, no, Black Diamond.
It's like when you go to the amusement park and they're like, you must be this tall to ride. For a Grant Morrison comic, it must be like you must be this high to read. And for an Alan Moore comic, you must be this far up your own ass to read.
You must be this high to read.
uh, good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, comic industry, just throwing that out there. Maybe consider a symbol system from your friends at the comic multiverse. We'll workshop this theory and we'll get back to you. Maybe make it like a video game thing. Like, okay, this comic is easy mode. This one is extreme difficulty. This one is New York Minute and Prepare to Die. What are some of your favorite names for like extreme difficulties in video games? Because they've had some good ones.
XCOM has one called Iron Man, which is basically you get one chance at everything.
That's cool. I think Call of Duty, I think it was World at War, had one that was like you will not survive.
Yeah, Witcher has I think Nightmare is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
top
yeah.
one, which makes sense because it is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I love it when video games get all in your face, like you will not survive, or why even bother. You're gonna fucking. I Prepare to Die was an. I think that was yeah, I think that was Dark Souls or something. Like they had a whole Prepare to Die edition.
Oh, that makes sense.
uh, I love that game's just right in your face. Like, no, you will die. Just don't even. You're dead. Just don't. Just put your controller down and sob in the corner. Oh, look, achievement unlocked.
Yeah, you sobbed with the controller.
You win.
You threw the controller at the wall at a speed of 60 miles per hour.
Man, when we get to the point in technology when like video games can measure your level of frustration and salt and start handing out achievements.
Well, we're already starting to get achievements for ordering pizza on the
Ah,
system, so,
that's right.
we're only a step away.
You got the molten butthole achievement. You got the complained on Twitter achievement. Good for you. You got the defended the game on Twitter achievement. Also good for you. But you know what? Something that people were actually talking about on the social medias, and some filled with a lot of anger, and some filled with a lot less. I'm sure you've seen this, Matt, but Hanna-Barbera and DC Comics have come together to unleash a bunch of new series based on their properties.
Yeah, like it's updated series as well.
Uh huh. So
So
you've
there's
got
like
like
got
Scooby Doo versus Cthulhu.
yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like on one hand, I'm like, oh, this is such a bastardization of my childhood, and yet on the other hand, I'm like, oh, but I want to read it though.
Yeah, Cthulhu, man.
Fucking Cthulhu and Shaggy. I don't know if you noticed, but Shaggy stole Green Arrow's facial
I
hair.
I did immediately. I'm like, oh shit, is Green Arrow a stoner now?
Dude, that's the thing you're gonna find out. Shaggy Rogers is actually one of the illegitimate children of
Dude,
Oliver Queen.
Rebirth is New 52 Mixel Pixelic turning everyone to Hanna Barbera characters.
That's the new universe they brought in. They're like Earth, 42, the Hanna Barbera universe. But there was more than that too. There was the Scooby Doo one. There was a Wacky Races one that they made up to look like Mad Max. I'm like, oh, okay, that feels like a robot chicken parody. But all right, I'll read it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they had a Flintstones one with art by Amanda Connor, so already I'm kind of sold. Although it's funny, she also got a lot of anger to that, so her husband and business partner Jimmy Palmiotti had to come out and be like, "Look, she just did the artwork. She's not writing it. I'm not writing it. Stop bothering us."
Yeah, they had a Space Ghost one, which intrigues me as well.
Is it a Space Ghost one, or is that part of the bigger Johnny Quest one? Because they're also doing like a Johnny Quest universe thing where he meets guys like Space Ghost and like the Shmoo and everything.
Yeah, I think they're doing like a Johnny Quest series, a Johnny Quest like universe series where you mix all these people, and then like a Space Ghost series
Which
as well.
which is funny. That Johnny Quest one sounds like that would have worked even without all this radical new stuff attached to it. And then it hit me. I'm like, wait, Johnny Quest meeting a bunch of obscure cartoon characters. Where have I seen? Where have I heard of? Oh fuck, this is a serious version of the Venture Brothers.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
That's
much.
that's literally what it is. And how perfect is that? Because Venture Brothers came back last night.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
I haven't had a
Yeah.
chance to watch the new episode yet.
Neither have I. I'm probably going to go back and watch the series because it's been so long.
I know, right? I was actually lucky enough. I think, it was the guys involved, but like Jackson Public and Doc Hammer, they actually put out like a little thing narrated by Gary, where it's like, hey, and here's everything you missed from the last season,
Cool,
because it's been
cool.
like 2 fucking years.
Oh yeah, it's been so long.
There was the last season, then they did that special Gargantua 2, which was a really good special, by the way, that wrapped up a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we never had a chance to talk about this, so we'll talk about this as we were mentioning Venture Brothers. So obviously, in the time we took off from podcasting, you and I together, David Bowie passed away.
Yeah, he did. That's such a shame.
We lost a lot of great musicians. We lost him. We lost Lemmy from Motorhead. But I mentioned David Bowie because, of course, David Bowie was a huge part of Venture Brothers, or at least a character claiming to be David Bowie was a huge part of Venture Brothers. And everyone was so quick to post pictures from that show and post like clips of David Bowie. Only here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, everybody! If you actually watch the show and if you watch to the final season, you would find out that dude actually wasn't David Bowie.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was actually probably one of the coolest twists, and he has one of the greatest lines where he's like, "No, I'm not Jonas Venture. I'm not David Bowie. I'm just a criminal schmuck who wanted to be anybody but himself." And I'm like, "Aw, that's sad."
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Yeah.
That was sad. Well, that's just Venture Brothers in a nutshell, really, where it's like, wow, that's really depressing, but kind of funny. And moving on from there, because we can talk about whatever we want. Man, did you see those leaked Luke Cage pictures?
No, I do. As there new leaked
Yeah,
pictures?
new leaked pictures. They like yesterday.
Oh no, I didn't see them. I thought they were like ones that we've already seen.
Well, maybe you
I'm
have
looking.
seen
I'm
them.
looking at them now. I'm looking at them
Oh,
now.
okay, cool. It's funny because Daredevil, you pretty much knew what you were getting into. Jessica Jones didn't really know what you were getting into, but was ultimately surprised by it. With Luke Cage, I'm like, well, what the hell is there left to do? What is this show going to be like? And then I see the leaked pictures, which is Luke Cage running down the street in a hoodie, fighting cops with his bare hands.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
he
like,
takes the cop's jacket as
he
well.
does. And I'm just like, okay, show. Before you had my interest, now you have my attention, sir.
Yeah, and it looks like the cops have actually shot him as well.
Oh, they
He's got
shoot
like
him.
bullet holes.
They shoot him a bunch of times. New York cops shooting an unarmed black man in a hoodie. What else is new?
The realism is,
I know
big.
the realism of Netflix is staggering. Oh god, I love that Marvel's just like, no, we're leaning right into this, guys.
Yeah, they're not afraid to.
You can't stop us, you won't stop us. Did you see what we got away with in Jessica Jones and Daredevil? I like where it's like, hey, what worlds are there left to conquer? Well, I guess we can talk about race relations in America. And I mean, who else
Yeah,
better to do it than Luke Cage?
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Makes perfect sense. That show can't come quick enough now. I am all about that.
Yeah, it can't, I don't know when's it coming out, like November or something.
Something like that. Well, they teased that November might be the date.
Yeah. Oh well, we've got Daredevil season 2 in like a month.
No, is that really just in a month?
Yep.
Wow, that's in a month. Deadpool is this month. I can't believe that friggin' Deadpool is this month.
I think it comes out here next week.
Ah, oh, you lucky Australian bastard with your
Yeah,
early
yeah, yeah. Next
releases.
next Wednesday. Yeah.
Well, as we've stated before, Australia getting early releases of movies is to make up for all the other horrible shit that happens in Australia.
Yeah, like people running down 17 kangaroos and whatnot.
That's just, the universe trying to balance out the scales of karmatic justice right there, where it's like, look, there's all these spiders that can kill you in your country, but hey, Deadpool early.
But I tell you what, this guy did the other week. He tried to kill a bunch of cops by stuffing a kangaroo full of explosives.
Wow, that might be the most Australian thing I've ever heard
I'm
ever.
like, oh, what a champion.
Was that guy's name Digger Harkness?
Yes.
Is this like part of some like special Captain Boomerang like mini series that they're trying out now?
This Suicide Squad viral campaign is going too far.
Man, this is too far. You went nuts on this one, guys. Oh, that's fun. So actually, I'll be able to talk about the Suicide Squad a little later, but I think it's time, everyone. I think it's time for a segment that you've been missing, and that segment is, of course, what we read this week. And as both Matt and I are reviewing comics on our respective channels. Now, actually, hey, Matt, if we're going to take this chance to plug your channel for people who might not know.
Yeah, my channel is called Fortress of Solitude. I decided to rename it since I didn't think Matt was a really good channel name.
Dude, Matt, the name of this generation.
But yeah, over there I'm doing like a bunch of comic reviews, TV reviews. I'm reviewing X Files at the
I
moment.
saw that.
Uh, just yeah, doing anything. You got something you want me to review or like talk about? Just comment, and yeah, I'll probably do it.
It's funny now that I'm kind of doing this on my own and everything. Maybe you've run into this problem too, but freaking scheduling's a bitch, man.
I don't really find that really because I like do all my reviews. I like render them and everything, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll publish them, go to bed, wake up, publish them to YouTube.
Maybe we have like different, work strategies or whatnot. But I know my thing there is like I'm like, okay, I need a video at 8. Which, matter of fact, I just looked at it right now. A video came out at 8. That way it can come out while I'm sleeping. And then I wake up and then like maybe I'll do a TV show at 5 because all the TV shows are back right now. And then if I have like a third comic review, I'll slap that up at 11 and do the whole thing over again.
Yeah, well, like when I get my comics, like the day I get my comics, I usually just put out the review when it's done, which is usually not long after I actually get the comic. And then like the lesser ones that I review later on, I'll just put out whenever.
As you might have seen if you've checked out my channel, I'm doing way more video content than I ever have before, and that's a pain because I gotta set up lights and I gotta set up the camera and I gotta do the takes and everything. I was doing 2 video inserts. I was doing like a video intro and then like a video at the end where I summed it up, and I actually stopped doing the video piece at the end because it was taking forever to render with 2 video pieces on there, and also I just feel like I do a better review when I'm talking behind the mic than when I'm in front of the camera.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do some video stuff. Not yet anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely coming up. But yeah, I do feel better sitting behind the camera and everything with the mic and everything.
Because it's easier when I fuck up on mic to go back and edit it than it is to go back and edit video footage when I fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
I've actually started including bloopers at the end of my videos now. I think it was like for the last one I did, Batman and Robin Eternal #17. I get like a freaking text while I'm on camera. I'm like, I like freak out right on it, and then I answer the text back.
I can't because like then I'd have to age restrict my videos because like I stuff up, I just start swearing and throwing things and getting violent.
It was the worst thing too because it was just like K. I'm like, oh yeah, K, thank you for ruining my video for K. Gotta film this shit again. Also, I had a video just go up today. I resurrected Comic 2 Cents. I kicked the cobwebs off of that, and I was talking about that new Justice League action cartoon.
Oh yeah, that art looks
Yeah,
something.
yeah, man. What a bunch of mixed emotions I had when I heard about that. It's like, hey everyone, new Justice League cartoon. Woo, fuck yeah, Justice League. Ooh, and Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are coming back. Yes, they're the best. And James L. Woods. Okay, that's cool. I like James Woods as Lex Luthor. I guess Clancy Brown is busy. That's fine. And they're all gonna be 11 minutes. Oh.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing with DC animation now because we had Vixen, which is what like 5 minute episodes, and then we've got this.
Well,
The only thing that's really like long is their movies, which are all about Batman.
yeah, I was good. Well, you see, 11 minutes is the hot new thing for animation at Cartoon Network because Adventure Time is 11 minutes, Steven Universe is 11 minutes. And, that's fine for those shows because, they have more comedy focus and, Steven Universe has had a couple seasons to get its characterization and everything down. I'm worried about this. I'm also worried that they just called it Justice League Action, where I'm like, can we have some Justice League action, some Justice League story, please?
Yeah, they make a separate series, Justice League plot.
And which is also 11 minutes, and they play them back to back. Also, the solicitation was weird too because it's like, yeah, we jump you directly into the action, and I'm like, well, can I have some context first? I mean, like, action is nice, but without context, it's just a
No,
bunch of
we're gonna
freaking
get
oh,
Superman to punch stuff.
yeah. So yeah, Justice League action. I do not know what to make of it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what it's like. I'll probably review it. So
Yeah, me
yeah,
too. It's also kind of weird too because I think DC animation is in a weird place right now where they're like, okay, we've got the super adult, movies that, like you said, are all about Batman and are all based in the New 52, and those are doing okay. And we got like the new super dark live action movies coming out, but we're also raking in money hand over fist with little kids and Teen Titans Go. So what the fuck do we do?
yeah. I think that's the whole thing. Like, this is for the Teen Titans Go market.
It sure looks that way, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I just hope that poster they release isn't like final art because it just didn't look right.
No, it doesn't. Everyone looks a little distended, and Superman's shield is a little fucked up, and like
Yeah,
Batman's bat symbol is eating him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Wonder Woman looks like 12. She looks like a Bratz doll, which ain't cool.
No, it's not.
I don't want no Wonder Woman's Bratz doll. Wait,
But
wait,
why not?
wait. Tomorrow I go out there and fans have sent me a bunch of Wonder Woman themed Bratz dolls, and I'm like, damn it.
Just boxes full of it.
I said I didn't want these. What am I gonna do with these? I just have to have a freaking yard sale where that's nothing. That's the only thing I'm selling.
It's just tables full of just Wonder Woman Bratz dolls.
Come on, buy one. You know you want. I just start hucking them at cars. Good times, good time. I miss our shenanigans. I miss our wacky scenarios. And we've been talking for almost 40 minutes now. I guess we can hop into what we read this week, and just to not bog down the show, let's try and stick to what we read this week. And I know I actually had a lighter week. I know I was talking about scheduling. I actually came up short this week for videos, and I was shocked. Where I'm like, I might not have something to put out today.
Well, whenever I have that thing, I just go, whoa, okay, I'll do like an opinion piece. Like I
That's
recently just did a top five Superman stories
and,
video.
and and that's why I did Justice League Action because it's like, okay, Comic 2 Cents is coming back now. But yes, now would you like to go first on this inaugural episode of the Comic Multiverse, or should I go first?
I'll go first, I guess.
Let's talk about a comic I know we both read for sure. Old Man Logan #1.
I was actually about to just say that.
Hey, there, you see, our minds are melding, Matt. We've been doing this for so long now. We finish each other's thoughts.
It was damn good. I'm really invested in this series now.
Yeah, and talk about being different because it literally starts with him showing up in the 616 universe where the Extraordinary X-Men book of which he is a member, he's clearly been there for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. This is literally just after his exit from Secret Wars.
Yeah, as he stumbles naked into New York and gets tased.
Yeah, yeah. Gets tased and shot by a bunch of cops
Yeah.
in New York again, shooting people on sight.
Dude, friggin' comics, man, are reflecting real life in such a meaningful way now.
But yeah, it's basically a revenge comic. He thinks
Yeah.
he's been sent back in time to stop everything that happened in his world.
And
So
he's
he's like going to go kill like who were the people on his list? There was
Black Butcher, the dude who pimp
yep,
slapped his son and stole his hat. Which
yeah,
let's
he killed him in this issue.
yeah, no one's gonna miss freaking Black Butcher. Mysterio, obviously, because if you remember
Yeah,
the original Old Man Logan story, Mysterio tricked Wolverine into killing all of his friends. Here's the rub, though. Mysterio's kind of been in the wind the last little bit, like since
yeah,
Spider-Men. There was an imposter running around as him, like calling himself Mysterion, and he was a member of like Superior Spider-Man, Superior Six, and that guy hasn't been seen for a bit. So Old Man Logan's gonna have to do some work if he wants to hunt down friggin' Mysterio.
yeah. I didn't mention him in my reviews because I knew if like he was back and like some Spider-Man fan will come to my page. No, he's been back in this issue, and
there's
this issue, and this
there's been a
issue.
lot of weird discontinuity involving Mysterio.
Yeah, so it's gonna be weird to see like if he actually gets the real Mysterio or just someone like Mysterion or something.
Wearing the costume. Yeah. The other person on the list was Hulk, and in a nice bit of continuity, it's like, hey, Banner ain't around as the Hulk anymore. It's Amadeus Cho as the totally awesome Hulk.
Yeah, that's like it showed in like the preview of the next one. He goes after the totally awesome Hulk. So I guess he maybe thinks that's Bruce or just thinks, hey, that's the Hulk. I'll go try and kill
I'll just kill because there's lots of Hulks where I'm from.
it.
Now, man, I don't know if you've been reading the Totally Awesome Hulk, but man, is Amadeus Cho fucked if he's got to go up against Old Man Logan.
Yeah, is he a bit like inept?
He's a little inept. He kind of doesn't know what he's doing.
How do you know what you're doing, not what you're doing in your Hulk? You're this big green guy who can smash stuff.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like, Amadeus Cho actually has quite a bit of control, and he actually maintains quite a bit of his personality while in Hulk form.
Yeah, so he should like kind of know how to do it since he's like super smart. He should know like, oh, I can do all this with my strength and
Well, but here's the
this and
thing.
this.
He's also a teen, so he's also a dumbass. He's super
True,
smart, but he's also socially inept.
true.
Is kind of the thing with it. Like, I'm not totally on board with the new Totally Awesome Hulk just yet, but there was kind of a fun moment in the last issue when like he did lose control and he actually did Hulk out and it actually did get scary
Yeah.
because he did lose control and you're like, oh yeah, friggin' the Hulk is dangerous. I forgot.
Are they gonna do like the whole thing where he goes through puberty and like the Hulk comes out and
Well,
fucks everything up when he gets angry?
he's already past the point of puberty, I think.
You reckon?
Yeah, they're
You reckon
not.
they'll just do it anyway?
I was gonna say they're not using the Hulk as a puberty metaphor, although I think they might be using it for like as like a boner metaphor. Oh no, I hulked out in gym class and everybody saw. Yep.
uh,
This is the kind of show it is. And the other person on his list, Old Man Logan, was the Red Skull, which yet again,
yeah,
the Red Skull, yet another villain who has kind of been in the wind since Axis. Actually, if I remember and if they continue to do this, Red Skull had stolen the consciousness of Charles Xavier and was using his
yep.
psychic powers to become Onslaught and everything. At the end of that story, what is it? They flipped it back, and Red Skull was actually taken prisoner by Doctor Doom.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
So shit, does that mean Old Man Logan's going to be taking a trip to Latveria and is going to be meeting like regular faced Doom?
Oh God, he'd remember God Doom as well.
Yeah, when he's like, dude, you were God last time I was here.
Oh, and that could also like spawn some stuff like maybe like does this Doctor Doom remember himself being a god? I can't remember.
They don't seem to say one way or the other, although in my heart of hearts and in my mind, I'm going to say yes.
Oh, because I was gonna say like maybe he doesn't. Maybe like has a meeting with Old Man Logan, and Logan says something about him being a god, and it sort of sparks something in Victor's mind, like, "Oh, I was a god. Maybe I could go get that power again."
Because they're playing very coy with it in the Iron Man book, because like Doctor Doom is more or less being kind of a hero and kind of trying to be helpful, but we don't know if he's doing that because he really wants to or because he wants something out of Iron Man.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, Old Man Logan, really cool book. Again, this is Jeff Lemire, good clean Canadian boy, who did that amazing Green Arrow run I love, and he reteamed
it's
with
the whole team from the Green Arrow
yep
book, the same artist, the colorist.
Sorrentino, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
that's really cool.
looks fucking amazing. There's a whole panel there that everyone was sharing around, and you were of course sure to make it your thumbnail in your review when they do like this huge homage to the Dark Knight Returns, and that's really what this story is. It's the Dark Wolverine Returns.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. It was a great panel as well. It was really cool.
Yeah, cool book. Surprisingly violent and bloody.
Yeah, for a main Marvel book as well.
Yeah, like I mean, there's this great panel when he does finish off Black Butcher, and it's just like this white panel, which is like a stand-in for a room, and then all you see is just this huge red mark on the wall where Black
Yeah,
Butcher was standing.
yeah, it looks great. It was great.
Yep, old man Logan kicking all the ass. That's a fun book. That's a good read. I am excited to read Wolverine now, where before I never really was.
Yeah, yeah, same.
But between this and the X-23 Wolverine, it's a good time to be a Wolverine fan.
Hmm.
Now I had mentioned at the top of the show that I would talk about something Suicide Squad related, and this week saw the release of Suicide Squad Most Wanted Deadshot Katana #1. Now, if you'll remember, Matt, when we talked about this back in the day, this was just supposed to be a Katana comic, but suddenly somewhere along the way it became a Deadshot and Katana comic.
I guess they realize people don't like Katana that much.
It gets even better because you think, okay, Deadshot Katana, so they're going to be teaming up on a mission, right? Nope. It's just two full length comics that they stitch together.
Oh, really?
So
So
Deadshot,
they're not in each other's story or
nope.
anything?
Deadshot gets an
Oh,
18 pager and Katana gets an 18 pager.
that's cheap.
That is cheap, and it's well. Here's the thing: like, there's two covers depending on what you get, but the Deadshot one comes first, and the Deadshot cover is first. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a Deadshot comic with a Katana backup. So from having her own book to becoming a backup in someone else's story, that's amazing.
Oh God.
The Deadshot comic's actually pretty cool. It's him going out on missions for Amanda Waller and everything. That is until someone from his family comes a calling, and holy shit, I can't believe it, but they're actually retconning Deadshot's origin again. This is like the fifth origin he's gotten.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's like you figure he's the guy who shoots stuff for the Suicide Squad. How complicated can his origin be? Apparently, very complicated.
So you think they're gonna make it more like the movie,
It,
whatever the movie does?
You see, I thought they were gonna go that way because when they mentioned his family, I'm like, oh, here's the moment. Here's where they mentioned that he has a daughter because he's gonna have a daughter in the movie, so he'll have to have a daughter in the comics. Now, no, actually, they bring it back to his father.
Oh, okay.
Which, again, for those of you who know your Deadshot history, sometimes he's rich, sometimes he's poor, sometimes he kills his father, sometimes he accidentally shoots and kills his brother when he was aiming at his father. And sometimes there's a lot of shit. Heck, sometimes he has a son who was killed by a child molester who then Deadshot kills. And it's really weird and really messed up. And here's like another new origin with him now to where he goes to this mansion house. So, assumedly, yeah, he's rich again because his father's sick. And he's like, oh no, I gotta watch my father die because I hate him so much. So, yeah, that's the new Deadshot book.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's all right if you're into that kind of thing. It's funny because Waller saddles him with like a rookie who is also a sharpshooter. He's like, hey, I'm good at shooting the guns too, and Deadshot just has like no time for him.
Ah, that's great.
He's like, you
I
fuck
got I
off.
got Deadshot coming up in some Midnighter books as well,
That's right. That's right.
so that'll be pretty interesting to see what he does in that.
That will be interesting, and Suicide Squad in general will be getting a new writer soon in Tim Seeley. Sean Ryan finished off his run, which was really great. Actually, it was a really great finale.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me
Oh,
about that
that's
one.
right. I did get a chance. That was like the last show we did. I talked about that.
Yeah, yeah.
See, 2 weeks out, and I can't remember what the fuck I talked about.
Don't worry, I can't either.
There you go. What else did you have, Matt?
I had Superman American Alien issue 3.
Ah, yes. But was that this week or last week?
I don't know.
It was
I put it
last
up
week, but you
like
can
I
talk
put it
about
up
it
like
anyway.
six days ago. I put it up. Um, yeah, I did. You read it?
I certainly did.
It was pretty damn cool.
Friggin' Clark Kent on a boat take a good hard look because he's sailing on a boat.
Yeah, he gets mistaken for Bruce Wayne because he goes on to his plane crashes when he's going on a holiday that he
Yep.
won to the Caribbean, and he washes up onto Bruce's boat, and he everyone thinks he's Bruce because I guess drugs and alcohol and
And
whatnot.
the fact
He
that they
kind of
just didn't
he
give a
looks,
fuck.
and what I really like is that this is actually a thing that has been in comics for like 75
It's
years.
true.
That both Clark and Bruce look the same. They've even doubled each other,
Yeah,
like
many
on
a times.
multiple occasions,
Yeah.
which I thought was really great. And apparently, he meets
Oliver
a woman
Queen,
named
Victor
yeah,
Zsasz, and Barbara
yeah,
Minerva the cheetah.
yeah. I fucked up in my review.
Yeah,
I
and
thought that was Barbara Gordon.
yeah, and your fuck up affected me as well, actually, because I took your word for it. Because I'm like, well, Matt knows
Yeah,
Superman, so Matt knows what's
I
up.
yeah I didn't see the name Minerva there. I thought it would because I just saw Barbara. I'm thinking, oh, Barbara, orange hair. Is that like Barbara
Yeah,
Gordon?
because you figure she was there with like the Gotham crowd, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
And then when
yeah.
someone corrected me, it's like, no, 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 no. Someone said Minerva before, and also with her dream of becoming an archaeologist, I'm like, ah, yeah, fuck, she is the Wonder Woman villain. In my defense, there's like 6 villains who called themselves Cheetah, and none of them were very memorable.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not really too familiar with Cheetah anyway, so yeah.
Like I said, there's like 6 of them, and none of them are very memorable. What's cool about the American Alien series is how like everyone kind of feels like a different movie. Like the first one was very Spielberg, and the second one was very Coen Brothers. This one is like a Judd Apatow sex comedy almost.
Yeah, and with a little bit of action in it because he stumbles in on Deathstroke, who is there to kill Bruce Wayne for fucking around with the Falcones,
That's pretty great.
and he just like throws him off the boat.
And also too, I like he's like, oh, I hit you with this nerve toxin, is what it is. You'll be dead in no time. But for Superman, the nerve toxin just makes him kind of drunk.
Yeah, yeah, it's so funny. And he tries to slice him up with the swords and everything, and they just break. And Deathstroke's like, "What the hell is going on? What's happening?"
What's cool about that too is we see Ra's al Ghul for a second in that, and it's totally just the
Yeah,
Ra's al Ghul from the Denny O'Neil stories and Batman the Animated Series.
I like that at the end. That's kind of surprised me. You see like Bruce training up in like the Himalayas, and there's this person on his boat that looks like him and is like drinking his alcohol and using his drugs and everything. And
Batman just gives
he's
him a
interesting to find out who this guy is.
yeah. Batman just gives him a look like motherfucker. I like it too that Oliver Queen is in charge of this booze cruise, and I'm like, yeah, Ollie, we know how your booze cruises tend to end.
I thought that was great.
That was great. Where it's like, man, you better be careful. You're just gonna wash up on a fucking island. Have to live like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Wouldn't it be kind of like fucked up if like this was the boat that like once Clark gets off, this is the boat that goes and like crashes and maroons him on an island?
Or Ollie just falls off because they're all drunk and fucked up on drugs, and no one noticed Ollie was gone.
Yeah.
Good. Also, I'm pretty sure Sue Dibney was there too. Actually, yeah, I think Sue Dibney was there, and she was dating Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, yeah, I wasn't too sure. I thought that just mean that's just some name, Max Landis put in.
You know what
But
that
yeah,
is? I just imagine that, like, when Ralph and Sue got married, that like that probably came up all the time when they were fighting. Where it's like, well, I didn't date Victor Zsasz for a summer.
yeah, at least I didn't date a serial killer.
And she's like, "Oh my God, Ralph, that was one summer. Why do you always bring this up? Why are you so insecure?"
uh,
But yeah, American Alien is fucking great. And I guess from one Superman comic to another Superman comic, I just read this last night. But Lois and Clark, issue number 3.
oh yeah, that was a great issue.
That was a great issue. Friggin' the majority of the comic was actually a flashback of Lois and Clark taking a like anniversary vacation to the new 52 Metropolis.
That was issue 4.
Issue 4. Yeah, okay, well the newest issue, the one that came out.
Yeah, that was issue 4.
The newest, you know what I mean. But yes, that was a cool issue. They got to hang out in Metropolis. I like there's totally like, the New York t-shirt vendor who's selling superhero shirts, and it's the new 52 shield, and Superman's like, mine's better.
Yeah, and what I like about that is how they're talking about the city. And it's like ours is more modern and clean,
Yeah.
and it's like, but that street musician's the same.
Yeah. Which is basically just the new 52 in a nutshell. Is it's like, but this is still the same.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Ours is cleaner and more modern, but this guy's the same. And that he still knows his name, and Lois is like, well, isn't that kind of
Yeah,
dangerous? And he's like, I'm sure they just assume I'm this world's Clark Kent.
yeah, and then they almost run into Jimmy and everything, and it's great.
New 52 Jimmy, and Lois is like, man, he looks pretty good. He doesn't look like such a nerdlinger like he does in our world.
Yeah, well, in the New 52, he's like a billionaire.
I know, right? They did some weird stuff with Jimmy in the New 52.
Yeah,
Gotta throw in a reference to the Big Belly Burger there too.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm surprised someone hasn't gone out of their way and tried to make like an actual restaurant called the Big Belly Burger.
DC would sue him.
I guess so. Hey Matt, you want to go halfsies on a restaurant with me?
Sure, if you want to go halfsies on a lawyer.
A lawyer. See, the thing is, we call it Big Belly Burger, and then we have like a bunch of all the menu items would be comic references, is what they would be.
So why don't we just open a like a Planet Krypton,
Oh my dude, man, I so freaking would love to eat at a Planet Krypton.
and have all the like the waiters dress up as like budget Green Lanterns and Wonder
Yeah.
Woman and
Yes, yes, a million times, yes.
DC
I,
would make a pretty penny if they did that.
I like open one in Vegas for fuck's sake. Like, you mean to tell me
Yeah,
you can't have one in Vegas?
yeah, I
Or
know.
like or like I guess like there's Disney World. What's the theme park that DC and Warner Brothers has a stake in?
They got one. They got a stake in one near me called Movie World because like all the Justice League characters there. There's like rides. There's like a Lex Luthor ride. There's a Green Lantern ride. Stuff like that.
What's the Lex Luthor ride? Right? Let's do paperwork.
I think it's like a Oh fuck! What is it? It's one of those drop ones
Oh.
where it takes you up and then drops you.
Because I love Lex Luthor, but I don't really think of his life as a wild ride where it's like, do paperwork, lie to Congress, and now hide nuclear materials in playgrounds. Now hand out bribes to Congress, hand them out. Yep, that's Lex Luthor's wild rides, what that is.
And then at the end, you get slapped with a subpoena.
Yeah, really. Or no, the end of the ride is it's just the roller coaster rams you into like Superman's fist is what it is. Now get punched and go to jail. But it's okay, you're rich and white, you'll be out soon.
Help Lex Luthor steal 40 cakes.
Now that's a ride, is what that is. Motherfucker with his 40 cakes. Man, I think Epic Panel History might need to come back under a different name, and I think I need to talk about the 40 cakes.
I think you've been saying that for like ages. I
I've
think.
been threatening that one for a bit, and one day I'm gonna do it. One day. What else should we talk about in terms of comics? Did you read the new Justice League of America?
Yes, yes, I did.
Yes, with Rao finally admitting his evil plan that he wants to turn Earthlings into Kryptonians because that will give him even more power to siphon and live off of.
Yeah, it'll give him Jesus powers.
Basically, which he already kind of had, but now he'll have
Yeah,
super Jesus powers.
yeah, and he's got like Superman trapped in this crystal thing,
That's
and
amazing. Where it's like, how do you keep Superman like from running away? How do you tie him up? Oh, you stab him multiple places with Kryptonian crystals.
still doesn't stop him because he ends up using like it's really cool though because he's like trapped in this thing, but he because of his powers he can still fly technically.
Yeah, and
So he
move the
uses that
object.
power to like move it and like crash it into the moon.
That was freaking nuts. I freaking loved that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's so
Also,
cool.
what's great about that book too is the moral complexity of the issues at play there, where Rao's like, yeah, you know what? I ended war, I ended famine, I did more than any hero of the DC universe ever did. Would you stop it? Would you take it away from them? Would you allow that to be your legacy as Superman?
Yeah, it's so good.
Even though I am a life vampire and I'm literally shortening everyone's life on Earth by like days at a time.
It's great.
Tis that not a small price to pay for, peace and unity in our time? And I'm like, yeah.
And you know what I find funny about that book? They still draw Green Lantern like Chris Pine.
Yeah.
And like, but he's not Green Lantern. He's Steve Trevor.
I guess that's a Brian Hitch decision.
Yeah, well, like he like there was this, and then what was that other book he did? I can't remember what the other book he did. Where he basically drew superheroes as movie actors. Like there was one in this
Oh.
other book he did where one of the guys was like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, was that the
and then the
Ultimates?
other
Because he did that too.
no, it was like an indie book
Oh.
about like people who played superheroes in movies actually become
Oh yeah,
superheroes.
yeah, I remember that. You were right into that for a little bit.
Yeah, I can't remember. I actually finished it. It was really good. I can't remember what it was called now. Oh well,
I'm sure someone in the
like
comments
real
section will correct
superheroes or something.
something like that. Yeah, I'm sure someone in the comments section will correct you, as is often
Yeah,
the case.
real heroes. That's what it was
Real
called.
heroes. Yeah, there you go. That was the one. What else were you reading, Matt?
Well, speaking of Steve Trevor, I read Superman 48.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Steve Trevor was in it for some reason.
Because he might be in a movie soon, so we gotta up his profile.
Yeah, he was busy saving small-time politicians from getting assassinated by the Kingslayer.
Uh-huh.
He's like this D-list villain who like rhymes and shit and has arrows that like track people and everything. And then yeah, Superman comes to him because he needs aid because he figures that if he has kryptonite chemotherapy, he'll get his powers back. All while this is happening, Horder makes the Puzzler, and a Puzzler is a old school Superman villain, like a Z-list Superman villain.
Sounds
He said
like it.
like he said like two appearances.
I
So
like it
they're
when they do
reusing.
that.
Yeah, in the old universe, it was a woman, and yeah, she caused a bunch of chaos and like robbing banks and stuff. In this new universe, it's a man who gets put into a robot body, and the robot body can like split off into like puzzle pieces,
Oh,
like
that
reconfigure and stuff.
that sounds useful? Question mark.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
assumed with a name like the Puzzler, he'd be a low rent Riddler, is what he would be. Oh, I've got a puzzle for you.
He's basically after Argus and Superman because Vandal Savage told him to.
Ah, of course, of course.
But yeah, Superman tries to do this kryptonite chemotherapy.
To try and get his powers back, and you know it'll work because by issue 50, he'll have his powers back.
Yeah, yeah.
I had Grayson number 16 this week, and they were billing this one as, oh, the big Fallout issue to Robin War, that horrible, horrible event. It doesn't mention it once.
That was the fallout.
The Fallout is no one gave a shit about Robin War. Stop talking about Robin War. I love they're not even trying. I liked this issue, but I also think that this series might not be long for this world now because it's Dick turning on Spiral and basically dismantling the organization piece by piece while also singing a jaunty 007 tune.
Okay, that's interesting that he's disabling Spiral, seeing as that in the recent Midnighter issue,
He's totally cool with
they
them.
they yeah yeah they no they hired Midnighter
Yeah,
as a
and
Spiral agent.
well, here's the thing. And in Batman Robin Eternal, he reaches out to Spiral for help in interrogating David Kane. So hey, little bits of discontinuity.
Yeah, a little bit of cock.
Little bit of cock, little bit of creativity over continuity. Oh no, no, Matt. You see, post Rebirth, we can't say creativity over continuity anymore because that age is done with. We're not in the DCU age anymore.
Well, what shall we call it then?
Bullshit. Or just discontinuity, which is what we were calling it anyway. I had all new, all different Avengers this week too, and probably the fun thing about this book is that this is an Avengers team trying to make a go of it completely and utterly on a budget because they don't have like big Tony Stark money anymore. They're working out of like an old abandoned aircraft carrier, and they're like, oh well, what are we gonna do for communicators? Cell phones? Yeah, let's
Cell phones are good. Bluetooth,
yeah, let's do cell phones. Tony Stark's like, yeah, I mean, I still think I own a communication satellite or two. We can do that.
FaceTime.
Face. Oh God, yes, please. Avengers face. They all pull out their pads.
Uh,
Yeah, it was funny that the cover for this one and everyone was making a big deal because it's like, oh, Jane Foster and Falcon, kiss one another. Are they going to be an item now? Are they going to be a thing? No, she just did it to piss off some yokels in the background.
That's great.
Yeah. It was a bunch of people who were basically being like, "Oh god, why did we get the intern Avengers? Why can't we have white Captain America and man Thor?" To which, Thor was like, "Oh, so we don't make you happy how we piss you off? Well, if you don't like that, you're really not gonna like this. Come here, Sam."
That was the actual panel.
And Sam's just like, "Whoa. I kissed a god of thunder. That's one for the bucket list."
You now have cancer.
You now have Well, actually, here's the funny thing too. She hasn't admitted to them who she is, and the comic basically ends with Cap and Iron Man being like, "We don't know much about our new team."
Like, that's after the fact they've set them up.
Yeah, it's like we really don't know
Who are
anything
these
about it.
people?
Yeah, basically,
They just put an ad out on like Craigslist, and whoever answered got on the team.
are you? No, that's what the new Warriors do. Are you a superhero of somewhat note? Come join the new Warriors.
Yeah, do you have mildly good powers?
You can be a new war. Man, I'm pretty sure at this rate, you and I could be new Warriors. What are your powers? We podcast pretty good. Okay, you're in.
We could bore people to death.
You guys are in. What's our first mission? We're gonna be fighting the High Evolutionary. Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll stay back here and like we'll insult him on Twitter.
We'll water the plants while you guys are out doing the real fighting.
We'll call him a fag.
Yeah, on the internet is what we'll do. We will send him a nasty emote. Is what we'll do. We'll DDoST attack his website, the High Evolutionary. We'll order him a bunch of pizzas that he didn't want.
We'll send him some dragon dildos.
Oh no, he likes them. Damn it.
We found his weakness.
High Evolutionary's like, oh, these are here early. Or hey, these aren't the ones I ordered. Oh god, fun stuff, fun stuff. That was really all the big comics I had this week. Like I said, it was a light week. Do you just want a lightning round? The last couple ones you had, or the ones you enjoyed?
I had Kanan issue 10.
God damn it, I missed Kanan, and Rebels has been so friggin' good this season. And apparently, this new issue had a big crossover with the new Sabine episode.
It did, it did. So this issue sees Kanan and Deppa move over into Magito to help the war over there,
And that's the
and they
fight he talks about with the Protector guy in that episode.
the Protector guy shows up in this comic.
That's fucking cool. God
He
damn it,
he protects Deppa and Caleb as they're being overrun by the droids. He comes in his attack craft and just does a bombing run and lets them be picked up by a gunship, and yeah,
God,
saves
I
their
love it.
lives.
God, I love it when the comics and the TV show work together like that. I wonder, did they plan it like that, or was this just like a really great coincidence? They had to have planned it.
I think they did plan it. I think they did plan it.
That's so
Um,
friggin' cool.
and it looks like the next issue is going to be Kanan versus General Grievous.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's right. I saw the solicitation cover for that.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I also had, while we're on Star Wars, I actually had Star Wars issue 15.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Did you read that?
I've fallen so friggin' behind on Star Wars. I need to sit down and read everything.
Well, this one you could read without having to read the others because it was just an Obi-Wan journal tale,
Oh, sweet.
and it was damn good. It was Obi-Wan looking after Luke, Luke being like a kid flying around in his T-16, crashing it in Beggar's Canyon. Obi-Wan protecting a bunch of Jawas from Tusken Raiders, buys a bunch of parts for Luke, and then Owen brings the parts back to Obi-Wan's hut, and basically like has a go at him, says like, "You've killed enough Skywalkers. You don't need to be killing more. So like, leave Luke alone."
Wow, that's really cool that they're doing these journal tales because you have to ask yourself, where it's like he couldn't have just been doing nothing for all those years. He couldn't have just been sitting on his hands.
Yeah, well, that's really funny because he really does just sit on his hands this issue. But it's kind of tying in with like the other books as well, because at the end, Jabba, like the last entry we got, he roughed up a bunch of Jabba's men because they were going for like water taxes and stuff. So Jabba sends that big Wookiee bounty hunter that we've been seeing in like Vader
Oh,
down
yes.
after Obi-Wan.
That's a cool Wookiee.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool to see Obi-Wan fight a Wookiee.
That will be fun. I am all about the Wookiee fights.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know when the next one is because they don't like announce when the next one is.
No, no, I think this week we've got the next part of Anakin and Obi-Wan, like issue 2 of that.
Yeah, yeah, we do. That's a really good book as
That
well.
is a good book. That was a good first issue.
Yeah,
Very different kind of Star Wars book.
yeah, it was in a period we haven't really explored yet. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, most definitely. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Oh no, that's all the books I read.
Yeah, I mean, anything else you want to hear me talk about? I mean, you can go check it out on the channel. I mean, it's all there for you to see.
Yeah, all my reviews are up there as well on my channel. So yeah.
I will be sure to link that in the description for those who haven't subbed to Matt. You should definitely go and do that. And I suppose with that, we can wind it down and we can bring the first episode of the comic multiverse to a close. Is what I think we can
Yeah,
do.
nice hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and ten. Not too bad. That's our MO. That is our modus operandi.
Yeah.
I hope you all liked the first episode of this new show. I hope it filled a bloody, sweaty void in your heart, if you catch my drift. I guess, too, because this is a new show and because kind of anything goes. Now, I guess, is there any segment you would like to see us bring back? Is there anything new you would like to see us do for the future? By all means, sound off in the comment section and tell us all about that. And as always, be sure to do all that social media jazz. Be sure to like, subscribe, favorite. I was gonna say like us on Facebook, but we don't have a Facebook. Actually, I'm kind of toying with.
I have a Facebook page. I've got a Star Wars type Facebook page, which I'll post like really anything, but
That's right, you
mainly
do.
Star Wars stuff. So yeah.
I'm kind of toying with a Facebook page right now because, like, I read somewhere that that's an important thing you got to do in building a successful channel. My thing is, like, I'm trying to figure out how to do, like, the embedding of videos and stuff because, like, you got to make them small, but the smaller you make them, the shittier your picture quality or, like, the shittier your audio quality. So I got to figure that out.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just probably going to stick with YouTube and Twitter at the moment, but I've
Yeah.
got that Facebook page as well. So yeah.
So yeah, go like Matt's Facebook page, but don't look at my Facebook page until I'm comfortable with it. Just so uncomfortable with it, man. I just don't know, man. Yeah, be sure to follow us on our respective Twitters and everything to keep up to date on everything that we're doing. Shit, follow me on Instagram. I don't post near as much as I should, but do it.
Instagram.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't tell you I'm all into ever since
Yeah,
Christmas. Ever
yeah.
since I got a new pad, I'm all into the Instagrams now.
Uh,
I mostly just take pictures of the foods that I'm eating.
people fucking love that
They
for
do.
some reason.
They do. Like, I'll post a comic picture and it'll do okay, but if, like, I post a picture of the beef stew that I'm making from scratch, I get, like, a million, likes and thumbs up and Insta points or whatever the fuck.
Insta points. Yeah. What's the dollar ratio?
0.
Oh,
Negative 0, actually. In fact, I owe them money when it's all over.
you lose money the more likes you get.
I lose money on Instagram. So with that, everyone, thank you for watching this episode of the Comic Multiverse, where the worlds of nerd meet. Do you like that, man? I'm going to try and hammer that in now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Soon there will be shirts and caps and everything to go with it. Building a merchandising Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Cape Joel.